Cool. So today I have with me my wonderful client, Mallika Guhan. Hi, Mallika. Thank you so much for doing this.
Of course. Thank you for having me too.
So tell me, what was your biggest struggle when we started working together?
My biggest struggle was confidence, actually. I've been dealing with a chronic pain condition the entire time we've been working together. And so I really felt like I couldn't tend to my health and manifest my dreams at the same time. And working with you, I really got a sense of, being able to, that they're all related basically. Like when you're not really looking at your soul's work, and you're not able to tap into that potential, you're also prolonging getting better. And so that was the biggest struggle for me, was to kind of realize that they were all linked, and that there were a lot of I can't, or I should not, or you know just basically not really having the direction and the full confidence to step into that next version of myself. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really cool takeaway. I love that. I love that. Okay, so what are the shifts that you've made during our work together?
Shifts. Oh my goodness, so many. I think definitely the self-talk. My self-talk changed a lot. Before working with you, I didn't have like a mindset routine, and I would just be overwhelmed by my schedule, kind of was doing too many things at once. A lot of was going through a lot of emotional things, but I wasn't able to compartmentalize them in relation to work. So I wasn't a consistent person. And so I've gained consistency, a lot more confidence. I feel like the decisions I'm making are actually in line with what I want to be doing. And everything kind of feels more consolidated. So I think that's been like those biggest shifts. And I guess more specifically, I've been able to just manifest what I want, and I guess we'll go more into that into the next question, which is more specifically what I took away from working with you.
Yeah, sure. So why don't you tell me some of the results that you've experienced while we've been working together?
So yeah, once I felt more confident, I started to reach for things that I never did before. And I saw a lot of abundance. Like I was able to open up a channel that became more free flowing. There was a lot of doubt before, and a lot of insecurity. And that started to be turned into more like positive, the positive sides of those things, where you start to actually believe that you can. And so that was like a huge thing for me, was believing that these are at my fingertips, and that I don't have to wait till I'm better or wait for a specific time, but I can actually reach for it now. And that was a huge thing for me. So basically I've attracted clients in the industry I want to, which was something, I was in a really tough financial place, before, and something told me to invest in this work and to invest in pretty much a lot of healing modalities over the last year. And once I started doing that, I started to see the results sort of unfold. But it's one of those things where it's like you have to keep at it, even when things don't seem like they're magically, getting better overnight. It was, I worked with you over the process of a year, and to say like where I was before was, just sad and lost and confused, and, with a lot of heart and a lot of drive, but still it was a tough place to be in. And then to come out on the other side and finally see things starting to align and actually starting to take shape. That's been the biggest change I've seen. So yeah.
It's amazing. It's been so exciting to see all of the new projects and things that have been unfolding for you, what feels like very quickly as well. Like whenever you really get clear and decide that you want something, like you do it
Hmm.
really quickly. Yeah, it's amazing. So what would you say is your biggest win from our work together?
My biggest win is I would say it's actually the relationship that we cultivated. Like, I think that having someone believe in you and give you the concrete steps, it's now created a framework of how I want to live. Having the mindset training means in the morning, integrating the things that I need to start my day. The scheduling and the energy management has been, I think, one of the biggest takeaways from working with you. And then, just the self-trust that I've gained, and seeing, you as an example, because Sarah's story, as many of you know, like, she also dealt with chronic health issues for a long time. And so now to see that she's been able to manage them and then also up-level her life and get to where she wants to be, was so inspiring. And so to kind of live through you in that sense also was a big takeaway, and like a big reason why it was so motivating. And the Voxer support was huge, like being able to just express what's going on and to check in with you. And the repetition is important because these are not easy things to change, and you really have to go deep. And so having that support was so, so important for me and significant for me.
Oh, thank you. It makes me so happy to hear that. And, it's been such an honor working with you. And I really honor you for doing the work, because you have been going really deep and like really showing up for yourself, and it pays off, right? It's so great to see that when we do that. And even though it can be really, really uncomfortable, but, really showing up for that and being persistent with it, that it does pay off, and it does work every single time. And just being able to develop that toolkit for yourself is, it's been beautiful to watch. So, okay. So why would you recommend working with me for anyone who is considering it?
I think you're able to inspire people to go deeper. And I think that's why it's really important to work with someone like you. And you've had such vast experience in terms of getting a handle of your own desires and dreams and making it happen. Sarah's just a really uplifting person. She, the minute I met you in a context where, through friends and stuff, but immediately just took to you, and we had this connection. And I think that you have that ability to connect with people and to reach them where they're at. And that's really important, because sometimes people aren't ready, or sometimes they need to go at a different pace. Like for me, I needed that to work with you for a year. I think because I needed to tend to so many other things going on in my life at the same time. So I think that's the biggest reason is Sarah just meets you where you're at, and she'll just identify the problems, but she's very respectful of the pace. And I think that's extremely important in a coach, because you don't want someone trying to put you in places you're not ready to go to yet, but you do need someone that'll still nudge you, because we all need a little bit of a fire under our butt to get going. So
amazing. Thank you so much for these really insightful reflections. You are amazing, and I'm so excited for everything that you're creating. So why don't you just let people know a little bit about what it is that you do and how they can connect with you?
Great. So I'm actually a music publicist, and I'm an artist manager. So if you're a musician and you're looking for help with marketing your album release strategies and cycles, I do it from a very intuitive point of view. I listen to a lot of music. I have a background in music as well, so it's my language. I like to sit down and talk to people about where they want to go, and I love watching the evolution of someone starting and then someone getting to unimaginable places. So that's what I do. And you can follow me on Instagram at Malli Sound, Malli Sound, and you can stay tuned for updates. After that, I'll be putting up a website and starting all my branding actually in early 2020.
Exciting. Yay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sarah.